Kikia Lomo Okere on Global Television as she brings you happenings in Nigeria's security organizations.
And welcome to Security Matters. It's a program that brings you abreast with the operational activities of the Nigerian military and its sister service. I am Kike Nomo Okere. A new chapter has opened in Nigerian defense leadership as the new appointed Minister of Defense, retired General Christopher Musa, assumed duty in Abuja, with a firm declaration that the era of shedding innocent blood must come to an end. Let's take a listen at the report. General Christopher Musa arrived the Ministry of Defense headquarters to a warm and spirited reception. Staff lined the corridors, chanting solidarity song as he made his way into the building. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Olufemi Oloyede, led service chiefs in formally welcoming the minister, marking the beginning of a new operational direction for the nation's security architecture. Addressing senior officers and personnel, General Musa acknowledged the gravity of Nigerian security challenges and stressed that the time has come for decisive, coordinated action across all formations of the armed forces.
Come to this role not as a stranger to our security challenges, but as a comrade who has been in the trenches both literally and figuratively. I have seen firsthand the bravery of our troops, the complexity of our threats, and the pivotal role of strategic coordination. Like I always said, no single individual can achieve this alone. No single service or parastatal can do it. We must work as Nigerians, making Nigeria better. Consequently, my core philosophy in steering the affairs of this ministry is simple: operational effectiveness through unified action and strategic foresight. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot afford to operate in silos. We cannot tolerate gaps between policy and execution, or between the ministry and the services. This ministry will be a powerhouse of strategic direction, enabling support, and a relentless accountability. We must provide that support for our troops to continue to succeed. They are sacrificing their lives out there in the field, day, night.
He outlined a vision anchored on operational efficiency, improved synergy among the services, and a system that rewards professionalism while sanctioning negligence. The minister also assured that troops' welfare will remain at the core of his priorities.
They are sacrificing their lives out there in the field, day, night, thunderstorm, windstorm, whatever the situation, to ensure that we Nigerians can go to bed and sleep well. We must continue to pray for them. We must continue to provide that necessary support, working as a team with other MDAs. Mr. President has made it very clear he will give us all the support we require and demands that we achieve success. That we have promised him. And so I want, within the first few weeks, we must show that we are committed. The ministry working inside, the troops working outside. To translate this philosophy into action, my initial focus will rest on three interconnected pillars: enhancing joint operational synergy. We will immediately begin a rigorous review of all theater commands and inter-service operations. My door will be open, as always, to the Chief of Defense Staff and service chiefs for frank discussions on equipment, training, welfare, and strategy. Mr. President wants us to present what our challenges are, with the promise that they will be addressed. So it is left for us to do the needful. Our goal is to overwhelm the adversaries with seamless jointness, not just coordination. Welfare and morale as a force multiplier. We all understand the import of morale to our personnel and staff. We must therefore prioritize the timely provision of all necessary kits, ensure prompt payment of operational allowances, and vigorously address the issue of accommodation and medical care for our personnel and their families. The injured are watching how those not injured are watching how you are treating the injured. If they are not being taken care of properly, they will not put in their best because they were scared. If something happens to them, nobody will be there. Especially those who have lost their loved ones. The families want to know what will happen. It is our responsibility to make sure we take care of them. The aspect of doing things to impugn on their own integrity, I think is not the best. We must make payments seamless. We must treat them with respect. Anybody who is laying down his life for his country deserves the best respect we can give him. And that is what we will offer. So I'm going to be very, very critical about that. The welfare of our staff, the welfare of our troops. We must ensure that we adequately address them. Morale is not an administrative issue. It is a strategic one. Intelligence-driven and technology-enabled defense. The Ministry of Defense is the strategic brain of our national defense architecture. We must therefore leverage on technology for intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. We have partners, our allies, that are ready to support us. We will reach out to them so that we can work together as a team. We will also work with other security agencies. Every Nigerian.
He noted that while the task ahead is daunting, the armed forces must deliver measurable results to restore peace and public confidence across the country. The Armed Forces of Nigeria says it is tightening its grip on violent groups across the country, reporting fresh breakthroughs in November that include the rescue of 318 kidnapped victims and the surrender of more than 69 insurgents and their families. The update came from the new director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Michael Onoja, at his maiden briefing in Abuja. Let's take a look at the report. At his first major engagement with journalists, Major General Michael Onoja set a firm tone, one that blends transparency with renewed operational confidence. He praised the media's role in national security, but cautioned against sensational reporting, insisting that accurate information remains a strategic asset in the fight against insecurity. According to General Onoja, troops intensified nationwide operation throughout November, conducting clearance mission, intelligence-led raid, air interdiction, and maritime patrol that disrupted terrorist networks and criminal gangs.
We acknowledge that these successes would not have been possible without the courage and professionalism of Armed Forces of Nigeria personnel, working in conjunction with the Nigerian police and other security agencies, as well as the cooperation of all Nigerians who provide timely and actionable information. Accordingly, in the month of November, several terrorists, bandits and extremists, and other criminal elements were arrested, scores were neutralized, and over 69 of them and their family members surrendered. Similarly, 318 kidnapped victims were also rescued.
The director rules out that in the South-South region, troops recorded successes as Operation Delta Safe disrupted oil theft valued at over 217 million naira, destroyed several illegal refining sites, and arrested 25 suspects. In the Southeast, Operation Udoka neutralized armed elements in Enugu, Ebonyi, Abia, and Cross River State, arresting 4 fighters and rescuing 4 hostages. Precision airstrike also destroyed terrorist hideout in Ezeagu.
Also foiled oil theft worth 217,664,618 naira only, representing quantity 201,700 liters of crude oil and 88,177 liters of automated gas oil, while 16 illegal refining sites were deactivated. Below are the highlights of the week from 28th of November to today, 4th of December 2025, for operational activities from all the theaters of operation being coordinated by this headquarters. Let me start by looking at the Joint Task Force Northeast, Operation Hadinkai. The Joint Task Force Northeast, as you know, covers Borno State, Adamawa, and Yobe states. During the week, troops sustained its operational momentum by denying Boko Haram, ISWAP, and JAS terrorists freedom of action in the Northeast region. Ground forces, in conjunction with air component and hybrid forces, as well as local security groups, conducted aggressive operations across the theater. During these operations, troops neutralized several terrorists and arrested their informants and logistics suppliers. They also recovered weapons and dismantled terrorist networks. Their efforts paved way for the safe resettlement of displaced persons. For instance, from the 27th of November to yesterday, troops conducted operations against terrorists in Mafa, Ngala, Ngazai, Kunduga, Bama, Askira-Uba, and Chibok local government areas of Borno State. Similar operation was conducted in Madagali and Song local government areas of Adamawa State. During the encounters, scores of the terrorists were neutralized. Also, 6 of their collaborators, informants, sympathizers, and spies were arrested, while 5 kidnapped victims were rescued. Significant quantities of arms and ammunition, vehicles and motorcycles were also recovered, while their camps were destroyed. The recovered items and weapons are currently in troops' custody for further action. In terms of air support, on the 26th of November this year, the air component of Operation Hadinkai provided several close air support sorties to ground troops in Dikwa, New Marte, and Gajibo general area of Borno State. The air support increased troops' will to fight against the terrorists. Now to Operation Fansanyama. Troops of Operation Fansanyama, which covers the northwest area, they sustained their operational tempo throughout the period. During several firefights, significant number of terrorists were neutralized while kidnapped victims were rescued. On the 27th, between the 27th of November to yesterday, the 3rd of December, troops conducted offensive operations in Anka, Maradun, and Talata-Mafara local government areas of Zamfara State. Troops also conducted operations in Wurno and Sabumbrini local governments of Sokoto State, as well as Batsari, Kankara, and Kankia local governments of Katsina State. Other areas covered during the week include Shanono and Sanyawa local governments of Kano State, as well as Birnin Kudu and Jahun local governments of Jigawa State. Similarly, troops intensified their operations to Dankon-Wasagu, Dandi, Kebe, Zuru, and Bagudu local government areas of Kebbi State. During these operations, several terrorists were neutralized. 13 of them were apprehended, while 9 victims were rescued. Weapons, vehicles, livestock, and other household items were also recovered from them. In terms of air interdiction, between the 27th and yesterday, the 3rd of December, the air component of Operation Fansanyama conducted a coordinated mission at Sanusi Iku's enclave in Kankara local government area and another mission at terrorist hibernation area in Faskari local government area of Katsina State. Targets were acquired and engaged accordingly with bombs and rockets in multiple passes. Battle damage assessment revealed that scores of them were killed, while their camps and logistics were destroyed. Let me now look at Joint Task Force North Central, Operation Enduring Peace, which is in Plateau State. Troops responded to distress calls on terrorist activities in several sectors. Between the 27th and the 29th of November, troops conducted offensive operations, intelligence surveillance, and air interdiction, as well as responded to distress calls on terrorist activities in Pankshin, Basa, Barkeladi, Riyom, Mangu, and Bokos local government areas of Plateau State, as well as Sanga local government area of Kaduna State. During the firefights, some extremists were neutralized, 16 other criminals were arrested, while 10 kidnapped victims were rescued. Weapons, ammunition, motorcycles, and vehicles were also recovered from the extremists. Let us now go to Operation Wellstroke, which covers Benue, Nasarawa, and Taraba State. The operation recorded some successes in their area of operational responsibility. Between the 27th of November and the 2nd of December, troops conducted several operations, including cordon and search, at the residence of a suspected extremist identified as Malam Ibrahim in Ardo Kola local government area of Taraba.
All right, let's take a quick short break now. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Stay with us.
Introducing Security Matters. It's a program that provides a robust and reliable security solution that empowers individuals and businesses to navigate the digital world with confidence. Join Kikia Lomo-Okere on Global Television as she brings you happenings in Nigeria's security organizations.
Is still Security Matters on Global Television, a program that keeps you abreast with the operational activities of the Nigerian military and its sister service. A series of recent coordinated attacks across Kwara, Kebbi, and Niger State has renewed national concern over internal security. At a high-level security briefing in Abuja, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, warns that any breach anywhere is a threat to peace everywhere, as he unveils stronger policy measures to protect vulnerable communities nationwide. Let's take a look at the report.
The nation is still reacting to 3 disturbing incidents: the adoption of 38 worshippers in Kwara, the kidnap of 25 schoolgirls in Kebbi, and the attack on a Catholic school in Niger State. Though swiftly contained, the police chief Kayode Egbetokun admits the event shows that pockets of insecurity continue to puncture the peace citizens deserve. He said the perception that security agencies are not working is inaccurate, but added that leadership demands higher standards and no room for excuses. According to him, officers are under strict orders to ensure every abducted pupil in Niger is rescued and reunited with their families. He stressed that Nigerian security architecture must now institutionalize collaboration across agencies, state governments, and community structures in order to defeat crime in the country.
While our collective efforts to maintain law and order across the country remain highly commendable, we must acknowledge that recent events that have punctured the peace we have worked tirelessly to preserve. The ugly abduction of 38 worshippers in Christ Apostolic Church, Okeishegun, Eruku Community, Ekiti Local Government Area of Kwara State on 18th November 2025, the abduction of 25 school girls from Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School, Magatown, in Kebbi State on 17th November 2025, and the brazen attack on St. Mary's Catholic School, Papiri Community, Agwara Local Government Area, Niger State, in the early hours of 21st November 2025, all stand as grim reminders that a single breach anywhere is a disruption of peace everywhere in Nigeria. These incidents, though swiftly and professionally responded to, have created a momentary impression in some quarters that we are not working. We may not be doing enough, but definitely it is not that we are not working. We are actually doing something. But as leaders, we must hold ourselves to a higher standard. We have no excuses. We will not relent until all our vulnerable communities are protected against the attacks of bandits.
All right, this is where we'll call it a wrap on Security Matters this week. Join me again next week on Global Television, channel 365 on DSTV and 276 on Star Times. To stay connected, kindly follow us on all our social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG. Till I come your way again, I am Kike Lomo Okere. I celebrate you all.
Introducing Security Matters. It's a program that provides a robust and reliable security solution that empowers individuals and businesses to navigate the digital world with confidence. Join Kike Lomo Okere on Global Television as she brings you happenings in Nigeria's security organization.